Hello, I'm Paul Weston. Now, we are living through the first moment in 2,000 years when the entire Western edifice, its people, its laws, liberties, arts, science, democracy, humour, music, everything that took 20 centuries of blood and genius to build could be dismantled within just 1/4 of the lifespan of a single generation. So can the democratic process halt our impending slide into near extinction? So, for example, what will Farage do, assuming he's elected, about the following? Between 1997 and 2025, approximately 18 million migrants came to Britain, and the majority of them were aged 20 to 30. And they joined an existing 12 million earlier immigrants and their second and third generations born here, and the majority of whom are also young. And a further 5 million more migrants are expected to enter Britain over the next 5 to 7 years, the majority of them young. So the total today is 30 million migrants. By 2032, 35 million. How many young white British aged 20 to 30 actually exist on this sceptred isle? And the answer is just 5 million, or 67% of the purported total population in that age demographic. And this percentage is dropping fast via a combination of young white British emigration and below replacement level birth rates, which lead, combined, to a halving of tomorrow's generation. We see this in glaring reality through the astonishing decline in white British birth rates, which as recently as 1997 stood at approximately 94% of total births. By 2020, this had dropped to 68%, by 2021 to 67%, 2022 to 66%, 2023 to 55%, 2024 to 51%, and are projected to fall even further at an ever-increasing rate to just 25%, somewhere between 2035 to 2040. Why such a sudden and accelerating drop, particularly over the last couple of years? And the answer is that Britain saw a massive rise in gross immigration over the last 4 years, amounting to an astonishing 4 million, mostly young, and to put it brutally, of breeding and fighting age. And the last 4 years also saw an exodus of close to 1 million white British, mostly young, and also of breeding and fighting age. And remember that the total number of white British aged 20 to 30, according to the 2021 census, was only 5 million. So with a 1 million exodus between 2021 and 2025, this number is now just 4 million. Once the tipping point is reached, everything accelerates massively. And this is like the Hemingway character replying gradually, then suddenly, to the question of how he went bankrupt. It took decades for the Muslim birth rate to rise from 1% of total births in the 1970s and in Britain to close to 20% today. But having breached the tipping point, it doesn't take long to hit 40% and then 80%, especially so when the white British demographic is rapidly disappearing. Put simply, a Muslim couple will have, on average, 3.5 children before the mother is 21, whilst a white British couple will have just 1 child when the mother is in her mid-30s. Now, if you fast forward 42 years, assuming birth rates and motherhood ages remain the same, and you'll find that 100 Muslim couples produce 350 children and 1,255 grandchildren. And the white couple will produce just 50 children over the same 42-year period and 0 grandchildren. And when the grandchildren do finally arrive in 70 years' time, there will be only 25 of them. This is a racial and civilizational ending catastrophe, and the data I quoted about immigration uses gross immigration figures, not net, but they are true government figures. 18 million migrants really have arrived over the last couple of decades. And the lower net immigration figures take into account migrants who subsequently went home. So it might not be as bad as I portray, but as a succession of British governments have no idea how many migrants subsequently left. They quite literally have no idea at all. Witness politicians like Rupert Lowe asking such questions of Home Office officials who splutter and stammer and tell him they don't have the data to hand, or the dog ate it, or they left it on the bus. So splitting hairs about the exact numbers is a complete waste of time. The figures are so huge, it makes little difference if they're XY percentage smaller. Even at the lowest net immigration level, they are civilizational ending today, right now. And let us not forget that a government boasting of lowering net immigration to 200,000 could actually be talking about a gross immigration figure of 900,000 African Islamic migrants, offset by the emigration of 700,000 native Brits. And this is why I refuse to utilise the deliberately disingenuous net immigration figures. So what do you intend to do about this demographic apocalypse, Mr. Farage? I appreciate your thoughts on tax and other such things, but I cannot help but feel you're talking about mundane political issues in the face of our imminent racial and civilizational collapse is akin to Belgian politicians talking about tax issues in 1939 whilst completely ignoring the Panzer tanks rolling through the Ardennes forest en route to Belgian political headquarters. I would also ask the same question, what do they intend to do about it, of King Charles, Supreme Military Commander and sworn defender of the realm, along with his three military chiefs, General Sir Gwyn Jenkins, Royal Navy, Air Chief Marshal Harvey Smythe, Royal Air Force, and General Sir Charles Rowland Walker, British Army. And if they have no plans at all, are they not bona fide traitors betraying the sacrifice of every single British soldier, sailor and airman who died defending the realm over the last 1,500 years?